Good evening, all. Still redneck again. It's now day 16 of the lockdown that never ends. Well, they've changed the lockdown rules a little bit, and now they have now shut down all major construction sites, unless you're building a hospital, things like that. But there still were a lot more people on the road today than there was the other day, and yesterday even. Yeah. Some people just ain't getting the message. I don't understand it. But, well, to give you a case in point, we're under this lockdown, no large gatherings of crowds and all that happy horse shit. Only essential people out and about. I didn't know an auto auction was essential. It seems the tow yard that's hauls for the city of Oakland has a yard over there by us. Every other Wednesday they have an auto auction. Well, today was their auto auction. And I must have seen at least 100 people going in there all day long. So, I don't know. Guess it was essential. And just for, since I just found out one of my grandsons watches my videos, I will clarify something to him. He said to his grandmother that the smoke coming up during my videos is coming from her cigarette. Well, I will show you where they're coming from. They're coming right from my cigarette, and nobody else is in here. To my grandson John, Grandma stays out of here when I'm videotaping, because she never knows what I'm going to say. So, thank you for watching, John. Thank you for caring about your grandmother, but no, it's my cancer stick that I'm smoking. That's where the smoke's coming from. And don't even start on stopping smoking. But, no, they had an auto auction day. A whole bunch of people there and all this stuff. I'm wondering, okay, why is that essential? I asked one of the tow truck drivers, thought you guys weren't going to have that since you can't have all the gatherings. He said, yeah, I told my boss that too, and he said we're going to have it anyway. So I guess some people are exempt from it. I don't know. If we're going to get through this, we've got to start obeying some of the rules at least, until we figure out what's going on. One of my employees came up with an idea. He says, well, I haven't heard of Russia having any of this, so maybe they started it. Well, I did some fact checking on that. Yeah, Russia's got the virus too. You know, they got confirmed cases, recovered cases, and dead also. So that blows that theory out of the water. But I don't know. I'm still calling it the Wuhan virus, communist virus, Chinese virus. It's not politically correct, and I don't really care. The way I look at it, from what I understand and from what I've heard from the doctors that blew the whistle on it, they knew about it in September. They didn't tell the world about it till December. Yeah, they're the ones that have to own up to it. They have to own it. Got the talking heads on TV doing their normal bashing this, bashing that. He's not doing nothing. They're not doing something they should be doing. Oh, he's scared and all this stuff. I saw part of the press conference, and these newscasters are saying Trump looks scared when he started saying Americans better be ready for a hard 2 weeks coming up and all that. They're saying, oh, he's scared because his predictions were wrong. You motherfuckers ever think he might be scared for the American people? You need to cut the man some slack. Could you do his job without running home to your mama's basement? and crying. I wouldn't want his job. Because he's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. As I've said before, I don't like everything he's done, but I'll support the man. I'll vote for him again. All I've seen out of most of the other Republicans and most of the damn near all the Democrats is nothing but let's throw roadblocks in his way to stop him from making things happen. That's all I've seen. But I'm not going to get on politics tonight because it'll just irritate me more than this virus is. The other fact I'm going to say is, have you ever noticed every one of these stations has a resident expert on everything? You know, it's strange. Very, very strange. Truck traffic seems to be slowing down some. I don't know why. Plants are still trying to run. I don't know. Go catch that mouse and leave me alone, cat. Wife's cat's trying to bother me for attention. But no, what we all need to do is we all need to buckle down. Pay attention to what you want to on the news. Don't hit the panic button. We'll get through this. People that don't need to be out and about need to stay put. I know that's rough on a lot of people, especially families with kids. Kids need to burn off energy. But my grandson wants to go to the Marine Corps, which I take my hat off for him for that, was commenting to his grandmother he's very mad at people right now. Because we have this shelter in place, and he went out to walk his dog. His friend went with him to walk his dog. They go to the dog park. And it was wall-to-wall people, and not a one of them had a dog. They're just out there playing and laughing, joking, having a good time. The sidewalks are full of people just wandering around. He said, don't they understand that they need to stay in their houses? At least that's the way I heard it from my wife. So, younger generation, I think some of them are getting it. I don't know if they are or not. But weather out here in California is warming up a little bit. Days are getting longer. When no trucks, it gets very boring. But I don't know. We need to figure out what it is we're doing. We need to all hunker down, work together to get rid of this thing. That doesn't mean turning in somebody walking their dog. Doesn't mean somebody gets turned in because their kids are playing in their front yard. It means you all have to make an honest effort to avoid being in a crowd. You know, at least we find out what's going on. But well, stop and think about it. You could be carrying this thing and not even know you got it, and infecting everybody you got in contact with or at your house. So, use your brains, people. Use your brains for something more than a hat rack to keep your ears apart. Think of your fellow person rather than yourself for a change. Something we all need to do. You want me to open that? Give it here, I'll open it. Just give it here. It's my job. I have a stubborn wife, which is a good thing sometimes. Most times I want to take things off the table and throw them at her. Trouble is, she'd throw them back. Davers should have given her the right to vote. No. Now she's getting uppity. And I'm gonna pay for every one of these comments. What the hell? You gotta find a way to laugh about everything. But we do all need to start working together to get rid of this thing. We will get through it, as we've gotten through it and everything else, by working together. Which means we have to teach everybody to work together. That doesn't mean giving up all your rights to the government and waiting for them to give you a handout. You know. Nobody knows how bad it's going to get. But I'm willing to bet you come May 3rd they extend that lockdown even longer. We'll see what happens. As with people out here who like to do road racing since they're on quarantine, they need to learn not to do that. Because they're going to keep pushing the limits, and then all hell's going to break loose. See, the trouble is, people haven't learned or realized it doesn't take much to declare martial law. The city government can do it. The state government can do it, if I'm not mistaken. I know the feds can. And don't want to see that in this country. Right now, we're all being inconvenienced because, we can't run down to the supermarket and get what we need immediately when we got it because somebody else beat you to it. Well, that's going to happen. I have to admit, I went into Walgreens tonight. I'll pick up the wife's some ice cream. 90% of their laundry detergent and cleaners were gone off the shelf. 50% of all their food stock was gone. But they had all the Easter stuff out. So now, why do they figure they're going to, if we're in our lockdown, how do they figure they're going to sell Easter stuff? How many Easter egg hunts are there going to be? Easter egg parties? I don't see very many of those happening. We're all going to have to make temporary changes. And I'm hoping it means my kind of temporary, not the government's kind of temporary. My difference is temporary means temporary. Government means, we need this tax for just a little while, then we'll revoke it. It's about time to take it out. We need to increase the tax now. That's the difference. But this is a rambling one that, to me, ain't making much sense. So, I think I'll call it a night. And say, remember all the people serving overseas. They stand a wall for you, so you can do what you want to do here. Remember all the vets coming home and the ones that are here. Give them a hand up, not a handout. Say a prayer for all the people all the Americans that are overseas trying to get home through this crisis. I wish them the best of luck. Say a word of thanks to every policeman, firefighter, EMT that you see, hospital staff that you come in contact with, and the grocery clerk, convenience store, and gas station operators that you deal with. Instead of treating people like a piece of crap, how about thanking them once in a while? You might just make their day. Got a complaint? Put it down in the comments. Or you got a comment? Put it in the comments. Want to bitch me out? You can send me an email, redneckrebel1956@gmail.com. Got a suggestion for a topic to talk about? Send it the same way. I'll answer you, and if I use it, I'll give you credit for it. For tonight, on day 16, Wednesday, April 1st. God, I wish this was all an April Fool's joke, but it ain't. It's the old redneck wishing everybody a good night, good health. Good night, all. Behave.